Out here getting commas. Like my dad, I'm a grinder. She don't want me like her. Mama, I'm gon' watch her. You might get sick like her. All my diamonds wonder. I don't want a silo.
Hello, test, test. Oh, this or whatever. Yes. Okay. I'm so nervous.
Test, test.
Test, test. There's one. Test, test. Let's go, Buffalo.
Check, check. Buffalo.
We Buffalo.
Go, Leafs, go.
Bienvenue au voyage 2018 des garçons présents. Then I commencer, I'll do a quick player introductions for both teams. In Barclay Walker, kindly introduce the players, please. Starting this afternoon.
Thank you very much. Third win Central Bulldog. They scored 54-47. And Coburn Blue Bears lost to Dennis North 71-26. That game wasn't even close. JL.
That's a tough loss there. How do you think they're going to bounce back into this?
Well, I think jean-vanier is going to bounce back behind this crowd. It's an amazing crowd. We just witnessed a great video that Coach Labonte made for the kids. It was one of the nicest videos I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was pretty cool for sure.
It's kind of like an NBA style video.
Yeah, little intros. It's neat. Now, these two teams have faced off already this year, right?
Yeah, this is their third time that they face off. They've each won a game. The first game, I believe that jean-vanier won that game by about 24 points. They had a full team at that time. And I believe the second time they lost the game by 8 with a short staff, 6 players. Here we go.
Fontaine collecting the jump ball, driving immediately, and a little bit too happy feet there getting called for the travel. Coburn picks up on the turnover.
Would have been nice to start with a basket there, but turnover by Fontaine.
Absolutely, you can understand. It's full gym, excitement of being in front of your friends and schoolmates. jean-vanier setting up his own defense here. Coburn swinging the ball around, looking into the corner. Oh, unfortunate. Just stepping out of bounds, forcing a turnover.
I remember my senior year when I got to play in the Tribune tournament. It was very nerve-wracking, especially in front of a crowd like this. I don't remember having crowds like this.
Slicing through the defense. Hard and easy layup.
You're going to need to watch him because he's pretty quick hitting in the basket.
Absolutely. That's two quick offensives there for jean-vanier. Same play again into the corner for number 7. That's Mitchell Sider putting up the big shot. Good pressure here by the JV team. Poor Coburn's quick up the floor. Looks like a little nerves coming through in the early part of this game here, Ron. What do you think coaches can say to maybe settle their players down a little bit?
Somebody's probably going to call a timeout soon to try to settle their teams down. Both of them are just back and forth. You can see the nervousness there. Both teams are playing a 2-3 zone right now.
An unforced turnover there by the poor Coburn defense. Oh, good transition.
That was great defense on the block by Ledania.
Another quick offense here. Neither team looking to really set up anything.
That's the second line violation on Port Coburn Blue Bears.
All right, let's see if JV can set up some sort of offense here against this 2-3 zone like you mentioned earlier. Shot clock ticking down here. JV needs to be looking to put up a shot, and that's Labonte from the corner.
You're going to have to watch Labonte from outside. He could be deadly. I was watching him in the warm-ups earlier, and he was hitting everything.
It's a good sign when your shooter is starting off hot.
Yes, it is, JL. Yes, it is.
Same look again from Port Coburn here. Driving to the lane, drawing a foul, set up to the line. What kind of adjustments can you make to stop that kind of play, Ron?
You're going to have to cover each other. When you're playing a zone like that, if safety gets around you, somebody else starts to hit that man. Try to stop him.
First shot's a little heavy. You can hear Coach Labonte calling out a play afterwards, pending this shot.
Going on a little 1-2-2 press, I believe.
A little half-court trap even.
Oh. And it worked.
Almost.
Port Colborne may have to call a timeout soon here because I think jean-vanier is going to start pressing. Keep pressing, sorry.
Looks like the JV defense just kind of stifling those through the lane drives and creating a lot of turnovers, unforced errors. Good offensive rebound there by Auber, getting called immediately for the double dribble.
Auber had himself a game yesterday, I believe. Not sure of his stats, but he was the MVP of the first game of the tournament.
Oh, excellent. See if Port Colborne gets something going here. Ooh. A little aggressive there on the push. Step up Fontaine, showing off his speed.
Fontaine, that's a lot of speed for him. That runs in his family. He had two sisters at this school earlier, and both of them are excellent basketball players.
Another turnover. Nobody there.
Here's your timeout, Jill.
Yeah, good call, Ronnie. Good call. Just slowing it down. Now, if you're the Port Colborne coach, what are you telling your guys here?
Tell my guys, heads up on the speed. This team, this jean-vanier team, looks like they're just they're ready to play, and they're fast. They're fast on the transition. They're by pressing, they're getting a lot of opportunities to steal the ball, and they're right up the court, not even wasting any time. They're looking good right now with a 10-0 lead.
What about offensively? What are you telling your boys offensively here?
Offensively for
Port Colborne.
For Port Colborne. Offensively, we got to get a basket. We got the crowd's getting into it a little bit here. We got to maybe shut the crowd up, but you're going to have to control the ball a little more, maybe pass it around. jean-vanier just pushing. Looks like they're going to go up on another press here. So you got to break this press and control the ball around the perimeter.
All right. So explain to the watcher at home here. What's this press designed to do?
This press is basically designed to force the pass to the outside. You'll see they'll let them go down the line, and then try to contain them against the line so that they don't have enough room to move.
Gotcha.
Force them to the outside line.
Shot from the corner from Capellas, just a little too heavy. And JV immediately on the transition again, finding Fontaine.
What a pass by Labonte. Unbelievable.
Yeah, soft hands to collect. But Port Colborne immediately back up the court. Capellas, little floater through the lane. It's a 3-on-1 here almost. Labonte taking it all the way to the hoop by himself. 14-0 JV lead. Port Colborne just can't seem to buy a bucket. Oh, good pressure there on the D, but a little too much pressure. That's Fontaine trying to foul.
They're too fast. I think they're too fast for this Port Colborne team. It's already 2-0 in falls. Port Colborne's just laying back here. They're not even forcing the play.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to work.
Off any kind of rebound, JV is just so quick to transition up that court. It's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, odd mans the entire way. Labonte from the corner again. The air ball to Fontaine. The hot hand, a little too heavy again. Look at this, all over the ball.
jean-vanier's beating with the ball every time.
Yeah. You gotta want it.
You gotta want it. The rebounding is unreal. The boys in white are getting that ball before the boys in blue, that's for sure.
That press doesn't seem to really be working the way that JV's looking to make it work there.
I think they just figured it out right there.
Yeah.
That was number 14.
It's Riley Lenan with the corner jump shot, putting Port Colborne on the board. You know, sometimes they say Ron, it starts with one.
That's right.
But basketball is rarely one, starts with two, we'll say. They're going out through the lane. Good collect there from Port, but creating another turnover. Auber creating another turnover of his own. Good pass and good ball movement there to find the open man. Thomas Slater on the bottom. He makes no mistake burying that jumper. Port needs to take advantage of these offensive opportunities they're getting. Force the JV defense to come up with some stops. Oh, that's a nice defensive play there.
The momentum
13.
has shifted a little bit here.
Dean Miller
There's
with
a
the
foul.
steal, drawing the foul, doing it all coast to coast.
I think that was a foul on Labonte.
That was correct. And here we have number 33, Jeffrey Pachula coming in. Laganyar out.
We got Dean Miller at the line shooting too.
I always thought that was a good way to boost your morale if you get a steal and immediately turn it into some sort of offense. A little too heavy.
Those fall shots though. It's a big part of the game, the fall shots. They really add up.
Absolutely.
We're all getting into it here. Missed them both. No damage there on that fall.
Yeah, it's a good foul to take then. Turn a layup into a nothing.
Nothing.
Auber a little bit too quick. Good collect there. This is Capellas. Impressive, he's fast, and there's another foul on
That's his second on Labonte. He's probably going to get substituted. Yep.
Yeah.
Number 13
Here we
is
go.
coming in. Emile Belanger is coming in for Labonte.
A couple subs here. It's like Mark Youngblood. Or sorry, that's number 30. I don't have him on my page. I think you do. Aiden Hawkins, junior from Port Colborne. Cycling to the outside, finding Capellas, wide open. He makes no mistake.
Yeah, the reason why that number 38 Hawkins is on your list, he's an add-on, he's a junior.
Oh, excellent. Angerville driving to the lane and getting rejected by number 8. Thomas Slater, the big man down low. And then Port immediately drawing a foul.
That's 3 fouls in a row for jean-vanier.
Yep, a little too aggressive here on these. Sometimes you got to cut your losses and they can beat you on the offense.
And Coach Labonte has to settle this team down. They started off strong. I think they should settle down a little bit.
Of the starting lineup from JV, only one is still on the court. Little air ball there from the outside from Port, and this is probably going to be a turnover. Oh yeah. A little inexperience there from the younger, more green squad of JV.
No basket.
It's a fortunate break there from JV, getting that foul on the ground. Another good outside look from Port Colborne. Just can't capitalize on those open shots. Angerville trying to do it all by himself and then immediately being too aggressive, trying a foul.
Looks like we're in the bonus situation too, JL. He's going to be shooting. It's 5 fouls for JV.
That is a quick 5 fouls there. They went half the quarter though, drawing a single foul and then giving up 5 in the last 3 minutes.
At least the last 3 minutes, yeah.
It's number 5, Devin Doolittle on the line, capitalizing the free throw.
He's been cutting that 2 now, so.
Crowd not too impressed with that effort.
We're going to give it to him here.
Just getting a little turned around coming down from that rebound, I think.
Got to finish strong here, only 30 seconds left.
Essentially eat up that entire shot clock, get 1 shot. Tellier with the little floater. Slater collecting the rebound, finding Capellas. Capellas takes a quick look at the clock, thinks I've got a little bit of time, and I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
JV needs a stop here. It'd be very important to get a stop. No fall.
No foul, but nothing too easy. That's Aiden Hawkins, junior, coming up with the big bucket, giving Port Colborne a little bit of momentum at the end of that first quarter.
A lot of momentum. Couldn't start any better, JL. Unbelievable. And you let him back in.
Yeah.
Falling was a big part of it. Monte getting his 2 falls right in a row and having to take him out of the game. They need him in there.
It's a tough pill to swallow there, but it looks like the home crowd trying to rally behind their team. Seeing a lot of energy from the Port Colborne bench. It's good to see them. They looked a little dejected at the beginning of that game, but they're coming back in, bouncing back.
Yeah, they're right back into it. I think they're going to have to. I think Port Colborne's getting too many open shots with the 3. I think they're going to have to force them a little bit, not to take those shots, because if those shots start coming in, they're going to be. They are back in this game, but they're going to find themselves ahead in a hurry.
Oh, absolutely.
So some of the starters coming back in for jean-vanier.
Same thing for Port here.
One of those 3s again.
Oh, just rolling out to the outside. Someone's not boxing out, and Port Colborne collects the offensive rebound, getting another offensive chance here. We're going to swing it to the corner. It's number 14. Bringing a little bit too heavy. Out to number 6, one of their starters. It's Pearson with the heavy shot. Oh, good offensive rebound.
Yeah, you talk about second chance shots, but they're getting 3rd and 4th chance shots right now. You need to get the rebound. Some of the big guys are in there. They need to get a rebound here.
Absolutely. You got to box out your man.
There you go.
And a quick transition from JV. Getting Labonte coming in, driving with his to the left side, going up with his right hand. A little too heavy. Looking to set up someone out of position on the Port defense.
Travel. Another turnover over the length.
Yep. Port's doing a good job of penetrating through that zone early. It's number 13, Dean Miller with the quick hands, forcing the push out of bounds. Labonte with the heavy drive to the lane, drawing the foul. Now, if you're JV, this is the kind of guy you'd want on the line, I imagine.
Yeah, he works on his fall shots a lot. I see him at practice. He's probably like a 70%, 75% shooter on the fall shots.
Caster's curse there. Caster's curse there, Ronnie. There you go. He's 50% right now.
50% right now. He'll be back on the line. JV having a 17-10 lead right now.
Yep. Port Colborne moving the ball quickly around at the outside, finding the corner shot again.
Another missed rebound, causing a fall.
Yep.
Like you mentioned earlier, Jail, they are not boxing out. It's so important to box out. Sometimes you have to let that rebound go to box out the guy that's going to come in to get the rebound.
Absolutely.
And at this level, sometimes those kids don't understand that. It's so important to box out.
Capellas back in the game here for Port. JV, quick transition again to Labonte. Makes no mistake, buries that basket.
I don't think there's anything Port Colborne can do about that.
No, a little unlucky sometimes. Oh boy, good fake there, but can't finish. Putting Simon Veil into orbit there on that pump fake.
Fontaine and Labonte are way too fast up the court. Those guys, if the big guys can get the rebounds right now and push it up, those two guys are unstoppable.
Oh yeah. I can't imagine on a short basketball court many people can run toe-to-toe with Jacob Fontaine. Good fake, switching to the outside, a little too heavy.
There you go, there's an offensive rebound.
Angerville pushing the corner, Labonte again.
Great job. Great job on the pass by Angerville. Gave it right back to him.
Yep.
Fake to go in and gave it right back to him.
Kudos to the JV offense there, digging out for a rebound too, getting that second chance. Good play here, finding the open man in the middle of the lane.
14.
Yeah, right on the end. Oh, a little too flashy there. I really like watching Capellas play here. He's aggressive with the ball. He's got quick movements, but he's smart. Right there, showing it off, driving through the lane, drawing a foul, putting himself on the line.
I think jean-vanier is going to have to just go back to the basics. None of the flashy stuff. Just pass the ball around, find the open man. Everything should work out. 22-12 right now, 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in the half. Corcova's not making their fall shots, Dale. That might loom big at the end.
Yeah. 1 for 5 so far, I think.
Coach Labonte very animated right now.
Yep. Calling the offensive play. They're going off from the outside. I think that may have been out of bounds or hit the top of the tape. But
Looks like it did. Still wobbling.
Oh, good pump fake again.
JB's lucky those shots aren't dropping. This would be a lot closer game.
Angerville collecting for the offense here, stepping right up. Look on now, the offensive rebound, putting it away.
That's what JV needs for their big men to do that.
Oh, good give and go here. Can he finish? Driving deep into the key and unlucky. Oh, good defense there by Capellas.
Great job by Ian Haber getting the jump ball there.
So a strange no call there, I find. There's definitely something going on. Somebody definitely affected somebody else. But
there was a lot of contact there.
Oh, almost. Good effort there under the basket by Angerville to draw a foul, go up, turn something out of nothing.
There's 3 fouls already for Port Colborne, 2 for the length.
That's good. Angerville capitalizing on his trip to the foul line. Capellas dancing around center court, dishing down to the corner, finding the big man in the middle. It's Lenan again, I believe.
Yeah, that's 6 points for him, I believe.
Yeah, he's capitalizing on those. The work of his outside shooters and guards, giving him that ball down low. Port Colborne still remaining in their zone defense. Good little drive through the lane.
A Euro step there, I think. Nice basket. You see number 20 in Haber telling the team to calm down a little bit, stay focused. He looks like a pretty good leader on the floor.
Capellas on the outside. Oh, just cannot get the shooter's roll, and now JV's quick to transition again. Angerville slowing it down. My apologies. Oh, that's going to be
Offensive. Angerville needed to look up the court that time. He had a man open, wide open.
Good defensive play there by Capellas, showing off he's doing it all over the court, offensively, defensively. I've said it before, but excellent player. Definitely a big part of this Port Colborne team.
Coach Barr, I was talking to Coach Walker earlier in the game. He was telling me about how well that kid can play defense.
He's just fast. He's got quick feet,
very quick,
soft hands. As we said, he drops a little floater through the lane for his 5th point in the game. That Bonte from way outside. Transitioning from Capellas down the lane. Oh, just cannot get it to fall. Quite a lot of contact on that one, and looks like Port Colborne eventually is going to get that ball back. It's Jeffrey Petula with the foul. I believe he's got a couple already, but I can't be sure. We'll have to check with the stats keeper at halftime.
I believe he's got at least 2, I think.
Yeah, I would think so. Putting essentially Port Colborne in a bonus on the next foul.
Seen your foul shots, JL.
It's a hard thing to accept sometimes. There you go, he makes good. It's a young black.
Coach Brocky Walker happy about that, finally making a foul shot.
That Bonte wasting no time on this offensive possession and burying a three-pointer.
That's Devontae's third 3 of the game. Like I said, he looked good in warm-ups, and he's continuing in the...
I mean, if you're an old guy like me and you played NBA Jam, we'd consider that being on fire. Port Colborne moving the ball quickly around. Hold on to it. Slater going up, drawing the foul. It's Petula again. Now Port Colborne's definitely in a bonus.
So the second quarter in a row.
Yeah, that's a hard foul to take too.
And with a minute and 50 seconds left, again, the foul shooting is going to come into play, but the Bears have to start making their foul shots.
Absolutely. Punish them.
It's another miss.
A little short on that first effort. Let's see if he can make a little adjustment here.
Slater missing both of them.
But good offensive rebound again there by the Bears. Got to box out.
JJ got lucky there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you with the boxing out. I'm seeing no box out at all.
No.
I see Fontaine, he does it pretty well every time, but everybody else has to follow suit.
That Bonte driving through the lane, trying to force rebound, no foul.
Well, we got an offensive foul.
Draws the offensive foul there.
Thomas Slater. At least his first. I'm not sure if he has any more.
Always a weird situation when you got a forward getting the rebound and being forced to dribble up the court. Got to look to find your outlets right away. Ooh. Smooth, quick release there. Hard to stop that.
I believe Levante's got at least 13 points already.
I'll tell you,
I don't think he's finished.
Quick hands. Can he finish? A little short on that finger roll. See if Port Colborne can recompose himself after that last possession. Oh, good heads-up defensive play there. Well, if we didn't say it before, I'll say it now. He's definitely on fire.
There's a timeout by Coach Walker right now. He had to stop that.
Yeah, try to cool him off a little bit.
Got a 17-point lead right now. With 55 seconds left in the first half.
So what are you telling your boys here during this timeout? Coach Walker, what do you think is going through his head? What do you think he's sharing?
They need to stay away from the it's the turnovers. The turnovers are coming in the jean-vanier zone, and the jean-vanier is just too fast for them, and they're making passes that they shouldn't make. And if I look back at the turnover underneath the basket, or even the outlets have to be there for the big man to pass out. I don't think there was anybody there for him to pass to, which caused the fall. So little things like that, it's all little things. They were doing it in the first quarter at the end. They need to find that system again.
Absolutely. Strive for consistency. Dead ball here in the middle.
There's another one, same thing. Jean-Vanier's not really forcing them.
No, just taking what they're given. Oh, Legagnon from the outside. I'm not sure that's the guy you want shooting from out there.
There's a problem with the shot clock. I was talking to the referees before the game, and I guess the other night they had some problems with the shot clock. It's a newer thing for high school.
Absolutely.
The last few years. And I believe a lot of games, a lot of the problems is with the shot clock, and some of the referees don't really like it. And referee Lance over here, he's one of them that doesn't like that.
Oh.
It really doesn't sit well with him. He was telling me about a game that they played earlier yesterday, and it was a mess. But
Right, it's a whole other world of training for these general volunteers that kind of participate in these high school games. That's Angerville in the lane, swiping the ball out of Slater's hands. Well, Corbin a little slow to get back on defense, but luckily Angerville just runs into the wall of Bears.
Angerville's going to start, you have to start looking around for somebody open. He's got open players. The refs aren't going to call those fouls sometimes. If you just keep doing that, the refs will not call that.
No, absolutely. A little disorganization here from JV trying to find who's inbounding the ball. It's like the same play as last time. Quick hands there by number 14, Lyle Anand on the defense.
A lot of turnovers, JL. Way too many turnovers. I'm looking over at the bench, and Coach Walker's just very disappointed.
Yeah, it's
shaking his head.
A little lack of composure here, and this is Coach Labonte calling a timeout with 2.8 seconds left on the clock in the first half.
You mentioned earlier too about the volunteers that are here, and the kids do their best. It's awesome. Even this game being broadcast, it's all students that are helping out. Coach Labonte is actually the specialist in this. He's got Mr. Keith Hill doing some of his duties today. I think he's doing a great job as I look over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great school spirit today. And like I said earlier, starting with that video was just amazing. I really loved it. I think the Corbin team as well. And I think they really loved it too.
Yeah, definitely absolutely. Authenticity to this kind of event. That's something that everybody remembers.
For sure.
Oh, just giving it away to Capellas from downtown.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I mean, he just hit a shot from all the way back in Port Colborne, even from his hometown.
Wow.
That was way out there.
Sounds a little bit like the Raptor announcers, all the way from Port Colborne.
Yep. Oh, definitely. I mean,
Wow.
if you're the Raptors announcer, you're hitting it from Mississauga, maybe, but
I'm not sure what I could make of that play. I'd like to find out what the play was. It looked like
yeah, I can imagine that was not how he drew it up.
Labonte was trying. It looked like he was trying to throw it out of bounds or something. I don't know if there was nobody near that ball. Anyways, that doesn't help us. It helped the Colborne help the East score at the end of the half.
You take it where you can get it.
34-20. You don't see that every day.
For those of us just tuning in, here we are at Jean-Vanier High School Gym, watching this quarterfinal consolation side match of the Tribune tournament here in Welland. JV is currently leading 34-20. And Ian Auber having a wide open look, choosing to unselfishly give the ball back to his teammates. And it's Angerville dash to the lane. A nice little layup, reverse layup, first 8th point of the game.
Good start for the third quarter.
Absolutely. And here we see again the JV defense
Oh,
just
they had
being
it.
suffocating, giving Port another chance, drawing the foul, going up. It's Ian Auber drawing the foul.
That's his third, JL.
That's
We need him to last long in this game.
Yeah, that's trouble. And here we have the junior, Aiden Hawkins, on the line. Ooh, a little too heavy. What an experience this must be for a junior.
Yeah,
Coming
that's
in this-
Aiden Hawkins.
Yeah, full pack gym. Stepping on the line can't be easy. Oh,
With the fall shot. Listen.
Le Gagnard with the open look.
A little
Just
short
not
there.
been able to capitalize on those open shots he's had. Oh, it's Capellas. Smooth play, getting his own rebound, doing it all, going up.
Great defense.
And there it is. There's the junior, Aiden Hawkins, collecting the offensive rebound, putting it up. A lot of game left here, Ron. A lot of game left.
Yep. Just 6 minutes and 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter, so that looked like a fall there. There was a no call there.
Yep. Refs electing to let him play here. Angerville driving through the lane. No basket, no shot on the floor. That's the junior Aiden Hawkins getting called for the block.
I was talking to Coach Walker earlier before. He told me there's a bunch of juniors that are here. There's about 5 of them. Aiden Hawkins being one of the best ones, and he mentioned that we probably might not all see some court time, but he said that a couple of them will, and obviously Aiden Hawkins is one of those. The kid's doing a really good job.
Absolutely. This looks like it's another junior out of Port Colborne.
That's Jake Bruno.
Oh, Angerville driving through the lane, drawing a foul. Couldn't quite see who that was called on. I believe it was on Capellas.
It was on Capellas. That's his third, I believe.
Yeah, that's a big deal for Port Colborne. That's probably the strongest player on the court right now. Definitely a leader out there. If he's got to come off early, it's going to definitely hurt their chances.
As I said earlier, he was the MVP yesterday's game, so they really need him on the court if they're going to have a chance. Angerville makes the first one.
A little short in the second. Le Gagnard trying a small amount of offensive rebound, but not long enough. Ellis finding number 13, Dean Miller, driving through the lane, getting rejected. Great second effort there to dig it out. Bruno with his basket. One
Bruno
he'll
the
definitely
bucket, another
remember.
junior.
Yeah,
Coach Walker looks like a genius here playing his juniors.
absolutely. They got the bench a little fired up there too. Labonte wide open.
Nice three.
Yeah,
That's his fourth three, Joe.
not something you can permit. A wide open look like that to JV's primary shooter.
That's Stéphane Le Gagnard.
No, I believe it's 20. That's Ian Auber.
Ian Auber.
That's his fourth. Getting called for reaching over, it looks like. Auber's not convinced that's what he did, but
We got Pachula and Vayette coming into the game for Auber and Le Gagnard.
so both bigs from JV having to sit down. Let's see how the second stringers do here. Ian Hawkins on the line.
To me, that fall looked like it was on Le Gagnard because he was doing the reaching in. Auber looked like he was straight up. He does that well. Ian Albert does that well.
Yeah, he's usually pretty disciplined. I think that's why he was so incredulous of the foul.
Again, missing both shots.
Petula and Fayette tag teaming that rebound.
Another open shot.
Oh, Labonte just rimming out. Petula digging the rebound. Forgetting
like that
there's not a
video
bounds
game.
line. Yeah.
You were talking about he's on fire.
Yeah. It's cooling off a little bit maybe, but
Cooled off, yeah.
that video game was NBA Jam, Ron.
NBA Jam.
I'm not sure if that was in your timeline or not.
I'm more of a Donkey Kong kind of guy.
Donkey Kong. Poor Colburn collecting the offensive rebound here, swinging it out to the junior Hawkins from downtown. A little short.
That was a little short.
Oh, quick transition here, but a little too slow.
What a save. What a save.
What an effort.
Number 13. That's Dean Miller.
Oh. And then there's just some sloppy play everywhere.
I think that was the hustle play of the game.
Absolutely.
That was Dean Miller, number 13.
What an effort. Oh, to be young again, eh, Ronnie? No fear putting the body on the line like that.
Just like you, JL. Just like you.
Not too sure what's going on here. Looks like Capellas called out for throwing his foot up or something.
He was on the floor, and I think he tried to trip him.
I mean, that is a strategy. Probably not one that's going to work out for you in the long run.
I don't know what Coach Labante's asking for here. I think he might have wanted a technical foul,
Yeah,
maybe.
flagrant of some sort.
But Coach Walker took him off the floor, so I don't think he's happy either.
No, that's Capellas' fourth foul of the game. One way to bounce back from a questionable play like that is just immediately bury a basket. And Angerville does just that. Poor Colbert doing a good job moving this ball around, trying to find an open look of some sort, but then driving into the heart of that
He's got
zone.
to pass it. He had a chance to pass it earlier.
Yep.
Angerville has to pass that ball.
Yep, absolutely. That's Aiden Hawkins being called on the foul. Second of the game. He's having a hard time believing this too.
I was just watching that last play. That number 14, Riley Lannon, was in the key for about 10 seconds there, so I think the ref should be watching for that.
I always felt like 3 seconds in the key was almost a subjective call half the time.
That's right.
Petula
had an open shot there and he didn't take it. He needs to show his confidence to take that shot.
Yeah,
what were you going to
absolutely.
say, JL?
Oh, I was just talking about how sometimes different refs have different metronomes, we'll say, inside of them, and they count a little differently.
It's not really a 3 second. It's probably like a 6, that they say, 5 or 6.
Yeah. And that's Hawkins coming up with a turnover, driving down those outside of the court. Quick hands from Nabonte to force a temporary loose ball, but Port Colborne collects, resetting up their offense. Miller driving through the lane again, throwing his body out for the good of his team, but a little too heavy on that pass, creating a turnover.
My daughter, who plays basketball, always said that they're not going to call that 3 second call. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Take up a little residence in that key.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, a little sloppy pass
that
there.
looked like a double dribble there.
One of these should be called, but no, instead, again, Angerville drawing a foul.
We got Eaton High School walking in the gym right now. They're playing the next game. I'm not sure who they're playing against.
I would assume against West Lane, but I can't be sure.
Yeah, I believe it would be Eaton against Westline.
Yeah, it's a loser between Notre Dame and West Lane, but unfortunately I don't have that information here in front of me. Because we have Angerville on the line.
Yeah, it would be Westline against Eaton. That's
It's a little heavy. There he is, making transitioning to a press, finding Lenan in the corner, trying that little floater, a little too heavy.
Good play by Petrula.
Tellier from the outside. Vea coughing up the rebound. That's probably going to be called a travel.
It's a travel. You seem to know a lot of the calls, JL. Did you play a little basketball yourself?
I played a little bit in high school. I mean, I've always enjoyed playing sports and watching sports, but
I heard rumors that you're a volleyball guy.
Yeah, volleyball would be my go-to.
A lefty, I believe.
I am a lefty.
I can see right now. Right,
yeah, holding this pencil in my left hand. I think you have a couple lefties in the family too.
There's another three by Levante. I do have lefty in my family. They are special.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one way to put it. Labonte calling for the press again. What's your opinion on this, Ronnie? JV's got a sizable lead right now and they're pressing. What are your feelings?
You saw what happened in the first quarter. You could just open up again for Port Colborne. So you got to play your game. And I think Port Colborne will know when it's enough. You got to practice that press because you're going to be playing, if you win this game, you're going to be playing a better team in the next round. I think they're making a statement right now. He's going to have to, Coach Walker just called a timeout. I could see that happen. So I believe jean-vanier did that just to make a little statement at the end of the third quarter. They probably hold back now. You don't really want to bury a team.
Right.
But, I think that would be enough for them to maybe just play a nice, cool, calm game the rest of the way.
A little half-court defense the rest of the game. It was always my concern that you feel like you're being disrespectful towards the team by pressing late in the game with a lead of some sort. But I could also see the argument you can be disrespectful by not playing your game against the team and making them feel like you're taking them lightly and not playing seriously as well.
I've been on the end of both of them.
Yeah.
Where but you got to know, you got to tell your players to relax at times and just. So we'll see what happens here. Coach Labonte is going to come out. He's still going to come up with a press, I think.
I mean, there's still more to be played in this tournament here for the team that moves on, right? So
that's right.
You need to be ready to play. You need to be thinking ahead of the next game as well. So stifling defense here from JV. Now they've, I think, overcommitted a little bit too much on that one, but luckily
they got out of that press, but still caused the turnover.
Yeah, nothing like a press to put a little pressure in the opposing team and make them make silly decisions. Labonte dicing through the lane.
So Coach Labonte went to, I believe it was like a 5-out here, trying to open the floor up a little bit.
Commentary from me or
after?
You just know everybody, eh, Ronnie?
Yeah, just popular guy.
Yeah.
One of the Eden coaches.
Labonte making good there. Still at 50% on his free throws.
Being on the #1 broadcasting team in Welland, I think everybody knows us.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We're definitely making a name for ourselves. If TSN needs some replacement guys, they know who to call now, absolutely.
Actually, I was just in the Hockey Hall of Fame with my wife, and we did this. TSN has a booth there where you could do this on a hockey play. Fontaine. As I mentioned earlier, Fontaine comes from a family of athletes. Actually played volleyball with his father in high school.
No way.
Yeah.
You played volleyball with Larry Fontaine.
I played volleyball with Larry Fontaine. He was my center. I was a power hitter. He was my setter. And his favorite setter. Went to Officer with him a couple years.
That's wonderful. That's some good genetics in that family for sure.
Very good genetics.
Oh. And that's Lenan with the and-1. Not a lot of energy coming out of the Port Colborne bench there, but those are always big plays. Satisfying. Frustrating as a coach, I'm sure, on the defensive end, but
must be a little frustrating for Coach Walker. Earlier, I was chatting with him, and he mentioned number 6 is his shooting guard.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many points
Pearson
has. I don't think he has any yet.
Oh.
So that's got to be frustrating.
I think he forgot which side he was going to, unfortunately, and getting called for the over and back violation.
Got a minute and 30 left in the third quarter, 53-26. Jean-Vanier's in a bonus situation.
Oh, Le Gagnant from way outside.
Sangerville for 2.
Yep. Kind of a role reversal there. You put the big guy on the outside and your shooting guard, point guard in the center. Oh, just quick hands there from JV. Oh boy. No look pass to nobody. Oh, it's going to be short. JV just needs to slow it down a little bit, I think. They've got a pretty sizable lead. Eat up some of that clock.
I totally agree with you.
Don't tire yourself out. Save some for the next game.
Yeah, you just need to slow it down. I noticed in the first quarter when Port Colborne came back, that was the issue. They just kept pushing and pushing. And what happened is Port Colborne came back a little. But I think I agree with you where you got to slow it down a little bit. Run the clock. 55-26. And like we said earlier, you don't want to run a team out of the game like that. Be respectful and just maybe play a few subs here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam Pouliot coming into the game for small amounts of time, but having an impact immediately, getting a turnover and now sitting on the line. Not taking advantage of his trip to the line, unfortunately. Good ball movement again from Port Colborne. Ooh.
That was a nice play by Pouliot.
Just heads up.
As you can see, Fontaine again up the court fast, very fast.
And he immediately gives him the old, hey, nice play, nice pass.
Little mention too for the Hurtubise brothers, Yannick and Maxwell. They're both out of this game with injuries. Maxwell's the one, he's the younger one out of the two.
Yep.
And Yannick was the one doing the dunks in the video, actually, the video we watched. So he's out of the game, so he's a big part of the team as well.
Oh, just exploding out of the center of the court is Fontaine.
What a game for Fontaine.
Yeah, he's all smiles right now. He's the kind of guy you can read him like a book. He's always got his facial expression, kind of his body language gives it all away. But
yeah, he's a good volleyball player as well.
Excellent,
You can account for that. Being a volleyball coach.
Excellent athlete. I mean, it's hard for us to commentate on the Port Colborne side. Unfortunately, we don't know many of them.
Kids, Like I said, I had a chat with Coach Walker. He mentioned a couple of the players, but that's about all I got.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough time to.
Oh, excellent play there.
Coach Walker is a staple over in as we end the third quarter. He's a staple in Port Colborne. He coaches everything. He coaches the girls as well.
Yeah.
He was a couple years ago. He was the Port Colborne girls won the Consolation Tribune tournament.
Right.
And I remember chatting. He's a great guy. Been coaching for a lot of years.
See, to me, there's lots of you said too. Port Colborne's down a sizable amount right now, but he's not giving up. He's playing. He's out there to make plays, play hard. He's not here to have league accept. Speaks a lot to the heart and caliber.
That's what it's all about. You have to be that way. You have to be that way in life as well. You just don't give up. Around here, 59-28, and then at 3. Hopkins is out there too. He's got about 4 points, I believe. And he's playing the rookies.
Yeah, a lot of juniors out in the court right now.
Josh Bennett as well, number 31. 35 as well. I think they're all rookies.
They're all juniors out there. Immediately coming cold off the bench. Oh, you want to see that one go in. Oh, a little too heavy, missing the layup, and I can hear our girls coach, the Poulains, immediately yelling, "Don't miss layups." Aggressive on that offensive reboard, Zangerville trying to find the hot hand.
That was a nice rebound by number 30, Aiden Hawkins. He's having a great game.
Bruno, the lefty from the outside.
Beautiful.
Drains it for
That
three.
was Jake Bruno with a 3. He's a junior.
He's got 5 points. 5 points for the limited amount of court time he's seen so far. Excellent.
So yeah, we were right earlier. That is Westlane's coming in the gym right now to play Eden in another quarterfinal match.
On the consolation side.
Consolation side, yes.
I think JV would not be playing the winner of this team. It's on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Labonte driving through the lane, taking advantage of the younger defense of Port Colborne, capitalizing on another point. Pouliot, quick feet, picking up the turnover, dishing the ball unselfishly to Bélanger, who forgets what side he's playing for and gives it away to Port Colborne. Oh, that's going to be a travel, I believe.
Travel,
Yeah.
Haber created that. Haber does that well. He stands there with his hands up like he's supposed to.
Yep, doesn't move his feet.
Like you said earlier, he's very disciplined. He
Oh,
plays volleyball as well, doesn't he? Does he not?
He does, yeah. Absolutely. A lot of multi-sport athletes on both these teams. Having played against Port Colborne early in the season for volleyball, I recognize a lot of these guys.
Academically, I believe he's pretty strong as well.
He's pretty much a picture-perfect student athlete.
Nice.
I think speaking of student athletes here, a lot of people are forgetting how to count and moving their feet a little bit too much.
That's a great line, JL. Great line. You need a math teacher now.
Oh, absolutely.
Both of us.
Yeah, I remember you teaching math too. Oh, Auber getting stuck and then forgetting that he's already dribbled as well.
There you go with the counting thing.
Yeah, jeez. No, if I was his math teacher, I'd be docking him points here, left and right.
We'll have to give it to him tomorrow at school.
Oh, all right, I will. Absolutely. Oh, big block from De Gagnard. Transitioning to offense from JV. Labonte a little bit too heavy. Good follow from Bélanger to pick up that rebound. Then Auber, a little jumper from him, just outside the key. No good. Looks like Port's doing a full line change here almost. From the corner, excellent shots. Another junior, if I'm
Number
not
41.
mistaken.
I don't have him on the list. Coach Walker didn't mention number 41.
Well, mystery junior, good shooting from the outside. Put it away here.
I believe that may have been Colton Weaver. I got him down as number 45. I believe it's number 41.
That would make
I
sense.
don't know if there's a 45 on the bench.
We apologize for that. Colton Weaver with the bucket from the outside shot.
It was nice to see the juniors have a shift there.
Absolutely.
5 juniors.
Yeah.
I think they did pretty well there.
Yeah, they definitely held their own. It's not obvious playing in front of a big crowd like this, especially against a whole bunch of juniors who've got a couple years, couple inches of height, and a considerable amount of weight on you as well.
We'll remember those 5 when they come back in a couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what happens then.
We'll see them again, I'm sure.
Crowd's kind of quiet.
Yeah, it kind of happens as these things tail off. The games become less close, so the crowd usually gets a little less interested in what's going on. Le Gagnard from the outside again. I would be curious to see what his shooting percentage is from the outside of the key.
Le Gagnard?
Yeah. Inside the key, he seems to be money.
Yeah.
But as soon as he's, maybe 10, 15 feet away from the basket, it
earlier
drops
he was he's short a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe have to use his legs a little more and maybe
Yeah.
get that ball to the hoop. But he's got the height to shoot over people.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Defensively, he's been solid, though. He's created a lot of blocks down there.
Another multi-sport athlete. Volleyball player.
Yep. There you go. There's another short shot for you. I'm just giving it back to the ref, though. Just joking around. Fontaine coming from the other end of the court. Oh, once or twice. Angerville looking to the outside.
Took me a bit to get that.
Oh, with the drive.
The line there.
Three in the bucket.
He's hard to stop.
He's quick. He's quick and he's shifty. Oh boy. Good save there. Stopping the travel. To Hawkins. Driving through the lane. No fear from the junior. Fighting for that rebound. Capellas wide open. Driving through the lane. Ooh.
Oh.
A little sloppy here.
Easy ball, a little sloppy, yeah. I really like Aiden Hawkins for maybe being player of the game here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking at my stats, and you got Landon, who got hot early, cooled off a bit, and even Capellas with a few threes, but he's been in foul trouble. But I really like Aiden Hawkins, just what he's doing on the court and rebounding, and just fearless.
I think we missed something here. I believe Capellas just got called for a technical, which would mean the end of his day, unfortunately, having 5 fouls now.
Very frustrating day for Capellas.
Yeah. You hate to see that, too. Oh, Le Gagnard from the outside. There, he wasn't short that time. Pushed with his legs, but a little too much.
What a pass by Fontaine on that. He is quick on the back behind the baseline.
Got to be a credit to what he's been doing today.
I see Capellas walking away, going into the dressing room right now. So yeah. Got to be how many times Angerville's been to the line?
Oh, a couple at least.
4 times, at least 4 times?
Yeah, I would think so. Starting to run out of room on the score sheet for his points. Hawkins again in the middle. Just having a battle with Le Gagnard, but drawing the foul this time.
If Le Gagnard could just hold himself straight up, he'd be able to block anything.
I think Auber is getting the worst of these fouls for him.
Oh, I don't know how he got that.
Yeah.
I think that's the second time now. I think he's got 2 of
he's got 2 of
Le Gagnard's fouls.
And you look at Le Gagnard's face, he knows it too. He knows Ian's Auber's day is done now because of him. That's when, as a player, you say that foul's on me. I did that. It wasn't the guy who was 4 feet away from the ball, but it's not easy being a ref. There you go, Hawkins putting away a free throw.
What do you think? One of the toughest games to ref? Basketball?
I would think so. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's hard not to set a precedent early too with what you're letting go.
Angerville in the middle there of everything all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like him and Le Gagnard have switched sides there. Got Le Gagnard on the outside and Angerville down low.
Probably working on Le Gagnard's shots, maybe. Here it is.
Here we go again. Oh, I like that effort, though, following up a shot knowing it's probably going to be short. Much like a lot of them happen today. Oh, Landon with the hot hand, but can't capitalize.
Angerville with another easy bucket.
Gotta have someone up top, stop that transition, get back quick. Oh.
That worked.
Oh, and Fontaine. He's gonna feast on those all day. Oh no. Gotta finish, gotta finish. Oh.
That's gonna be offensive.
Yeah. Hawkins giving it to him.
Coach Labonte not liking that call.
I mean, you drive through the lane throwing your body around. It's pretty easy for defensive players to stand his ground and draw that foul.
It looked like a nice defensive.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's going to be a foul too.
That was Hunter Frazier, number 11. I think he's newly in the game.
Yep.
Labonte on the line again, shooting 2.
Things are getting a little chippy here now towards the end of this game. Which, if you're Coach Labonte, I think you start protecting your players a little bit.
Yeah, he should have some of his key players out of the game.
Yeah.
Like, number 15, Labonte, he's probably coming out now. He's subbed in by Liam Puyat. Well, these teams, as you said, it's getting a little chippy, but this is the 3rd time they play, and it may not be the last time because they're in the same zone.
I'm sure they'll see each other again for a zone final or something of the other.
Semi-final, yep.
Good second effort there. I believe it was Hawkins putting that basket away. Like you said earlier, a great candidate for player of the game from the Port Colborne side.
Oh, very well.
A little miscommunication there between the JV offense. Fontaine running back with a little smile on his face, knowing.
My bad, my bad.
Yeah, absolutely. See, back in the Ultimate days, we'd call those receiver errors. If you throw a pass to nobody, it's definitely not your fault. It's the guy who was receiving the pass. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, Petula, little dance move.
Close. That's caused the travel.
Yeah, I think that was the continuation travel from Petula, perhaps. One of those was not good.
He needs his confidence. He needs to
dribble,
put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, confidence, coordination, one of the two. Now, we may sound a little bit meaner to our own players, but
we're allowed to because we teach them.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. Bianache driving from the outside, a little too heavy on the floater. Good effort, absolutely. Slowing it down, finding Hawkins. Le Gagnère no longer in the game. Hawkins taking it home.
He's having a great game.
See, I love to see that. I love, no matter how many points they're down, players that don't give up. They play the whole way.
And he's a junior, like you said. This is his chance to shine, and he's doing it.
Definitely somebody we'll have to keep our eyes on for the future. Oh, there you go. Capitalizing on the three-point play.
Nice three-point play. Definitely got to give Hawkins that player of the game because he's just on both ends of the ball.
From so far, it might as well have been St. Catharines. Oh, Fontaine, the steal.
Give it to Bellinger.
Oh.
Bell getting alive here. Here's another steal by. He's just shooting the ball.
You know, this is some pretty sloppy play from JV side. It looks like they're trying to get Bélanger
a basket,
Yeah. See, I think the general strategy would maybe to get him closer to the basket, not further away.
Well, at the end of the game, and on that note, JV Link 70 and Port Colborne Blue Bears 39.
Hard-fought battle here, and I'm sure as we sign off, we'll get to listen in for the Player of the Game awards. But
who's your pick for Port Colborne?
I think I'm with you. I think Aiden Hawkins, the junior, would be my pick. If not, perhaps Dean Miller. He didn't score very many points, but he was constantly sacrificing his body throwing it out there. Yeah.
And for the Lynx?
I mean, I'm a little biased because he was one of my go-to guys in volleyball, and I love Jacques Fontaine. Again, not the one who scored the most points today, but the guy who was running up and down the court, dishing it to his teammates, playing unselfish ball, and to me, that's what I look for as a coach. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was either Labonte or Angerville to take it home today.
I think all three of them deserve it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, it was great.
Yeah, this is a great time.
Maybe we'll do it again some other time.
I hope so, yeah. And if not, this is JL and Ron signing out from the Welland Tribune quarterfinal consolation side. And we hope to see you again some other time.
Good night, everybody.